Okay, hello students. Now we'll solve the in-text exercise number 2 and in-text exercise number 3. Okay, before we have already solved in-text exercise number 1. Yes, so now we'll solve in-text exercise number 2 and in-text exercise number 3. So in-text exercise number 2. So in in-text exercise number 2, the first question is define atomic mass unit. So my answer is mass unit equal to exactly 1/12 the mass of one atom of carbon 12. Okay, that is carbon 12 is called atomic. It's called one atomic mass unit. Okay, so this is the answer for question number 1, in-text exercise number 1. Okay, now number 2. Why is it not possible to see an atom with naked eyes? Okay, so they are asking that why is it not possible to see an atom with naked eyes? Very simple answer, because the atoms are very small to be seen through the naked eyes. So your answer is because the atoms are, or just say atom, okay, because atom is very tiny or small to be seen through naked eyes. Okay, so these are the answers of in-text exercise number 2. Okay, the second one, that is in between the text of your chapter number 3. Pause the video and write down the answers. Okay, so we are done with in-text exercise number 2. Now we'll do in-text exercise number 3. So from in-text exercise number 3, the first question, that is to write down the chemical formula. It's your homework. Yes, I told you to do it by yourself, so make sure that you are doing and submitting to me by this week. So we'll start from question number 2. So in question number 2, they are asking you to write down the names of compounds represented by the following formulas, by the following formula. Yes, so the number 1 is this Al2SO4 Now this one I solved this one in the explanation video of chemical formulas. Yes, so simple. When you write the names, what you have to do, write the name of the first atom. So what is the first atom? Aluminium. So we'll write aluminium. Yes. Now the second one in the bracket as a whole, that is the polyatomic ion. What is the name of this polyatomic ions? Sulfate. Now if it's polyatomic ion, we don't have to change the suffix. IDE, it's not required. We'll write exactly their names. So sulfate. When we write the names, we don't have to be confused with these numbers, okay? They are only the number of atoms, okay, which are represented by their charges. So you don't have to be confused. But when you are converting the name to the formulas, then it's very important that you mention the name, numbers, okay, the number of atoms. So that is the name of the first compound. Second one, CaCl2. So the first is calcium. And the second one is chlorine, yes. Now it's a single atom which carries a negative charge. So it will be IDE, that is chloride. Yes. Once you are done, we'll move to the next. Okay. After this two, the number 3 is K2SO4. Now K is the symbol for potassium. Whatever symbol is given first, the name should be coming first. Okay. After that, sulfate. Now over here there is no bracket, so don't get confused that you have to write separately. It's SO4. Just because the number over here is 1, they are not showing the bracket. Okay. So it's sulfate. So we'll write potassium sulfate. Okay. Next, KNO3. So again over here, don't get confused. There are two. This is potassium, the first atom, which carries a positive charge. So we'll write potassium. After that, it's NO3. Yes. So don't get confused that we have to write it separately. NO3 as a whole, they are a polyatomic ion. And since over there is 1, they are not showing the bracket. Okay. Memorize the name of the polyatomic ions and their charge. It's very important. Otherwise, you will make mistakes. So it's a polyatomic ion, so I have to write their name as a whole. So this polyatomic ion's name is nitrate. Okay. So the name of the compound is potassium nitrate. Now the last one. 5CaCO3. Yes. So again we'll write the name of the first atom, that is calcium. Next, the next one. Again, they are not individual atoms, they are as a group. Okay, that means they are polyatomic ions. And this polyatomic ion's name is carbonate. So the name of the compound is calcium carbonate. So I'm telling you again, remember when you get polyatomic ions, there is no changes in the suffix. We'll write the name as it is. But if it's a single atom like chlorine, okay, fluorine, all those atoms, in the suffix you have to write IDE. Okay. Now the next question, we'll do the next question. So students, our third question is, what is meant by the term chemical formula? Now what is chemical formula? A simple representation of the number of atoms or a composition of a particular chemical substance. Like when I say sodium hydroxide, the formula will be NaOH. That means it has one sodium atom, one oxygen atom and one hydrogen atom. Okay. So it tells us symbolically how many atoms of a particular elements are present in that particular chemical compound. So the definition also goes like that. The chemical formula of a compound means the symbolic representation of the composition of a compound. Got it? Now the last question after this. So students, here we are with the last question. So in the last question they are asking how many atoms are present in a H2S molecule and PO4 3 negative ion. Okay. Now this is very simple and easy. Now I told you this number represents the number of atoms of the particular atoms with which it is present. So this 2 is present with what atom? Hydrogen. Yes. So how many atoms of hydrogens are there? 2 atoms of hydrogen. Yes. Why? Because this 2 is written as a subscript for hydrogen. So that represents that there are 2 hydrogen atoms. Now for S there is no subscript. That means no subscript means 1. So that means 2 atoms of hydrogen and 1 atom of sulfur. S means sulfur. Yes. So this is the answer. Very simple. Just see the number. Whatever number is there, that much number of atoms will be there. Okay. So 2 to 2 hydrogen atoms. There is 1, that no number means 1, so 1 sulfur atom. So this is the answer. Next one, PO4 3 negative. Now what happens, most of the time students get confused because of 3 negative ion. That is the charge, okay? That has nothing to do with the number of atoms. For the number of atoms, you just have to see the subscript down there. Okay? Not the charge, so don't get confused. So over here, how many phosphorus atoms are there? The subscript is nothing, that means it's 1. So 1 atom of phosphorus, and how many atoms of oxygen? The subscript is 4. That means 4 atoms of oxygen. Got it? Okay. So with this, we will end up today's class. So in my next video, I will be explaining about mole concept and formula unit mass. So by then, make sure to finish up this exercise questions.